So this is going to afford you, how far you tap into this is up to you, to really take advantage of the ability to create growth momentum in a very short period of time. So with this invite, you've got the entire schedule, you've got the date, and you've got the Zoom link. And it really is very sharp. So if you wanted to take a picture, now's the time to do it so that you could get this off to folks for tomorrow. Now, one of the things that you might want to consider is when you invite people that see it the way we do, ask them at the end of the presentation who they think would like this. And then as they're registering, they can be texting them to come into the 10. Or in this case, the 9, because we're kicking off so early. And we can do the same with their guests. So let's get things going. You want to be an active listener. You don't want to miss the train, because this is an agenda-driven presentation, and we're going to learn what the People's Project is, how it works, how to best optimize it, along with a very special event coming up and a special bonus. And our style here is no hype, no rah-rah, just the sheer power of immense value. Let's break it down. This is a global opportunity, and it's completely compliant, structured as a crowdfunding model, and it's in full operation as our recent beta test period just ended. Now, this was inspired by a model still running today out of Houston, Texas, that's in its 15th year. And when I digested that, I heard sustainability. So we benefit from that model in a big way, because we're receiving the guidance from the very visionary that project utilized as his very first focus. His second focus is this one. And this version here, he had an idea in his mind where he wanted to leverage technology, because he's been managing that other one manually. So he turned to a good friend of mine. He said, do you know anyone that could put cutting edge technology into this idea that I have? And my good friend said, yes, I do. So what we have here is a very rare blend of early movers advantages with a rock solid foundation. Plus we benefit from his wisdom capital with that sustainability, all under one roof, which is super rare. Now, by utilizing the MetaMask wallet, we're able to automate the tracking of payments, meaning no verifying, no confirming. Now, when you step back, if you've ever been involved in programs like this, what a hassle it is chasing down people, getting them to verify and confirm that the funds were sent. Well, we don't do that here. Plus, we've got a holding tank concept where the primary thorn on that rose in many models is people come in and they don't bring others. Well, you have to bring 2 in order to get on the receiving board number 1 in the first place. That's the nature of this model's design. Let's hear how the dots are connected from someone very well gifted in doing that. And I'm going to press play and get out of the way and let her do her magic right now.
How do you get paid? So, here's how it works. First thing, when you sign up, you'll pay just a single, one-time ever out-of-pocket $28 in BUSD to join. $3 goes to admin, which takes care of all the servers, website, and some overhead. Once the payment is made, you are placed in a holding tank. Your first objective is to get just a minimum of 2 people to join you with the same $28 BUSD contribution as well. Please keep in mind, we're using an instant payment system with the MetaMask and the Binance Smart Chain. There's some minimal gas fees that will be required for every transaction to be sent instantly. This enables you to receive every single payment in just seconds. This is a small price to pay for full automation and to receive all your payments immediately through the blockchain. Every payment you receive on your journey here will be paid to your personal MetaMask wallet in the form of BUSD, which can easily be converted to cash, or you can just stack your crypto. Now that you've got your 2, you are removed from the holding tank and given your official spot in your inviters board number 1. Now it's time to make some money. Board 1 entry is $25. You enter at the top in position 1, you bring in 2, so they are in position 2 and 3 right under you. On the bottom row are positions 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is called the pay line. As the bottom pay line fills up, this is what happens. Those 4 Payline spots are all paying $25. The very first payment on your Payline of $25 is reserved for you. The second and third payments combine and $50 is used for your upgrade to the second board. The fourth payment is used to re-enter you in board 1 again, which is $25. All 3 payments are dispersed automatically in a single action as soon as all 6 spots are filled. Just remember, each person that joins must get their 2 to be removed from the holding tank and get placed on your board. Now that you've upgraded to the $50 board, you will now and forever get 3 payments on board 1 of $75. Because you are fully qualified for life on board 1 and never have to pay an upgrade fee to board 2 again. So, you can cycle board number 1 over and over unlimited times and receive $75 each time your matrix fills. Every board will fill with a combination of your efforts and the efforts of the people yours bring in, and even some from the people who are above you. This is true global teamwork. Now this happens with all the boards 1 through 14. Let me give you a few more examples. Now that you're on board 2 with an entry of $50, as the board fills just like board 1, you'll receive 4 payments again, like board 1, but this time each payment is $50. $50 goes to you. The second and third payment goes to your upgrade to board 3, which is $100. Fourth payment of $50 re-enters you back on board 2 with that $50. Again, never having spent any additional money out of your own pocket besides the original $28 you paid in the beginning. Now you are fully qualified on board 1 and 2, never having to pay the fees to re-enter 1 and 2. The second time around on board 1, you earn $75, and board number 2, $150, over and over. Keep in mind, this is just board 1 and 2. We have 14 boards. You could be cycling multiple times per day on each board, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over and over, while at the same time you're climbing the next boards. Let's look at a couple more examples. You're moving right along, and you cycled boards 1 through 6, about to graduate to board number 7. Now, this gets very exciting. Board 7 is a $1,600 board. On board 7, $1,600 goes to you. The second and third goes towards your upgrade to board 8. And last payment of $1,600 pays your re-entry into board 7 to get paid again. But remember, instead of one payment of $1,600, every time through after the first, you get 3 payments of $1,600, totaling $4,800. Okay, now you're qualified on boards 1 through 8. The second time through and every time you re-enter, you will always receive 3 payments instead of 1. And the fourth will automatically re-enter you, so you can keep getting paid on every board over and over. Here's what you make for your second cycle and every cycle after that over and over. Board 1, second time through, pays $75. Board 2, $150. Board 3, $300. Board 4, $600. Board 5, $1,200. Board 6, $2,400. Board 7, $4,800. Board 8, $9,600. Wow, and we're only halfway. Let me show you a few more so you really understand the power of the People's Project. But before we do, I'd like to share something profound. We understand that everyone has different goals in life. Some goals require more money than others. Whatever your goals are, the People's Project can and will help you achieve them. We can tell you from 15 years' experience that once you get started, you'll quickly witness the power of what you have in your hands right now. We've seen incredible things happen for everyday people like you and me, and in less time than you can imagine. You have been gifted with an opportunity that can change your life and the lives of your family. We've seen people pay off credit cards, car loans, college education, even pay off your home and become 100% debt-free. Especially when your position gets pushed through to these next levels, this is where real generational wealth can be made. And as we reveal the really juicy stuff, please keep in mind you're welcome to invite as many people as you want. Each person you invite will permanently follow you through each board, which in turn speeds up the rate at which you cycle every board again and again. However, you don't have to be some kind of superstar recruiter to get there. All you need is 2. Just make sure the people you do invite are joining you with the same intention, which is simple. Invite at least 2 people you want to set financially free. If you help enough people get what they want, you'll always have what you want in life. This is a fundamental law of the universe. This is the payout of each board after your first cycle. This can happen over and over on all 14 boards and can happen at the same time. These boards can potentially pay out multiple times a month or even multiple times every week, along with the others that could potentially be paying out multiple times per day, all at the same time. So check it out. After you've paid your way into each of these boards, here's the payout from each time you cycle every time after the first. Board 9, $19,200. Board 10, $38,400. Board 11, $76,800. Board 12, $153,600. Now, you get the idea these numbers get big real fast. Again, just remember that all boards 1 through 12 are now activated, meaning that some or all boards are cycling at the same time. And now you're about to graduate to the biggest payouts of the People's Project. Okay, now buckle your seatbelts. Let's do the final 2 boards, 13 and 14. Board 13 pays out a whopping $102,400 the first time you cycle. And Board 13 pays out a tidy sum of $307,200 every time after that. $204,800 is reserved from the first time through Board 13 to enter you into the final upgrade to Board 14. Now, Board 14 is the top board, therefore no more upgrade money is taken out, even your first time through. So, $204,800 times 3 goes into your pocket. The last one re-enters you right back in for another cycle through. $614,400 on the 14th board, every single time. There is something very important and incredibly powerful to understand as you progress, so pay close attention. The reason this model is so powerful is because each person that joins using your link will permanently follow you from board to board, and their people will follow them, and so on. This creates a snowball effect because each time your people cycle, every one of them is automatically placed in the first open position of all boards you are on, quickly filling those 6 spots needed for the system to trigger a payment to you. This starts happening faster and more frequently as you and your referrals progress. This phenomenon is truly a sight to behold. Once you see these payments hitting your MetaMask wallet faster and faster, you'll quickly understand how powerful the momentum becomes. Let's quickly recap the payouts you'll receive from each board every time after your first cycle. Keep in mind, these payouts can land in your wallet from different boards, often simultaneously. Board 1 pays $75, Board 2 $150, Board 3 $300, Board 4 $600. Board 5, $1,200, Board 6, $2,400, Board 7, $4,800, Board 8, $9,600, Board 9, $19,200, Board 10, $38,400, Board 11, $76,800, Board 12, $153,600, Board 13, $307,200. Board 14 pays out $614,400 the first time and every time through after. That means just a single cycle through all 14 boards pays out a combined $1.2 million directly to your MetaMask wallet, which you can easily convert to cash anytime. And remember, there is no limit to the number of times you can cycle each board. This is all possible with a one-time contribution of $28 out of pocket and not a cent more. Incredible, I know, but we've seen it work for millions of people over the last 15 years. The People's Project takes this time-tested, proven concept to a whole new level that no one has ever seen before. But for this to work, and for you to get these income levels, you must bring in 2 people that also see what you see and desire a better life for themselves and lives for others. Never has there been a plan out there that requires only a one-time $3 admin fee just to keep the systems and software running. Remember, we've designed this for you, the people. We're in this project right alongside you. We designed this to truly benefit everyone. No matter who you are or what you're looking for in life, this is a simple way to not only achieve your goals, but truly make a direct financial difference in the lives of others. We are a community of people who want to enrich the lives of millions around the world. We all win when we shift our focus on lifting each other up. Click the link to get started right now. We'll guide you through step by step. All you need is a smartphone or computer and the desire to show at least 2 people a time-tested path to true financial freedom. Welcome to the People's Project.
Well, awesome. Now let's break down the donation flow and cycling so we understand this at a really high level. And as we just saw, that first payment, the way it works is it flows right up to you. And let's say you came in and you saw this the way that we do and you register, which includes submitting your donation of 28 US dollars, plus a small pocket change amount of crypto transfer fee. Now that's in Binance's stable coin, by the way, and you begin to share. And this is key because you're putting yourself in a position to become permanently qualified for life. And this is very motivating for the people that see it the way that we do, who come in and they begin to share. Now let's realize this is your pay line, but people wouldn't be on this board in the first place if they didn't have their 2 already, right here. And so when this happens, right here, this event, this is how the payments flow. The very first payment to hit your pay line goes to you. Those 2 come together and open up the second board, and the last payment reopens the first board. Now realize this is just board number 1, but this style, these sets of steps right here is how all 14 boards work. Obviously the dollar amounts change, which we'll see in a little bit as we take a closer look at all 14. Now only those who get their 2 without exception are allowed to come onto the receiving center, which really offsets stalling. So if you've seen programs like this and you may be making an association to ones that you've experienced, realize this has never been done before, which is kind of amazing, but we do it here. Now, remember I was saying all 14 boards we're going to take a look at once. Look at the astonishing amount that it triples to the second and each time through after that. No disparity to the first time. That's awesome, but it triples that second time through, which is huge. Speaking about huge, how to optimize the plan. You may want to consider utilizing the triple play, because I had a good friend of mine out in San Francisco, Dave Manahow, and he came in and he already knew everybody that he was going to focus on 2 people that he had in mind. So he turned to them after he registered and made his donation, and in one triple play session, he brought in all 3. Now, we discovered something that's very powerful in this, and this is it, the triple play, but it's better than that because you want to work with these 2, number 2 and 3, and help them do the same and teach them to do the same throughout their team. Now, if you're looking at this and you don't have your 2, don't let that slow your roll at all, because you can still come in and take advantage of the awesome timing and positioning that's at play, and then consider getting your 2. Now let's head to the home stretch here and wrap things up with the People's Project. It has absolutely awesome attributes. I call it the answer. It's been inspired by a 15-year-old similar model. So it's not a startup model. It's been tested and proven. It's a crowdfunding model with very rare early movers advantages, and it's completely covering the world. And we use it forever attached to your team style of team building. And as we just learned, that really creates some unique momentum dynamics. And there's potentially, that's the key term there, because how far you tap into that potential is up to you, over 7 figures when one cycles through all 14 donation centers. As we learned, we broke it down several times, stalling has been offset due to embedded anti-stall features. Now, there's no payment verification necessary because it's completely automated. A warm welcome to the People's Project. This is the world's single best constant cycler. Now, here with the People's Project, we bring the heat. You have an opportunity to truly amplify your team's growth dynamics on a weekly basis with 15 live overviews. I was speaking to someone yesterday, the difference between recorded overviews and live overviews, if God forbid you ever spent any time in the hospital and you got a card, right? That's great. That's like the recorded overview. But when someone came to see you, right, that perked you up and you propped up in your bed, that's the live, because we carve out the time out of our lives and it feels so much more impactful. That's why the live overviews, 15 of them, are here week in and week out, especially Super Saturday, which is the ability to have 8 presentations, boom, 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 all in a row, and more on that in just a little bit. So you can get started today for just $28 US in the form of Binance, a stable coin, plus a very small crypto transfer fee. We're talking pocket change. How spot on is that price point? Now let's take a look at Super Saturday. 8 presentations in a row. Tomorrow is our first ever Super Saturday, 8 back to back. And here's the Zoom information. And this puts you in a position to create growth momentum, which could typically take weeks, if not months, into hours, if you really tap into the potential. So if you invited me to the 8, a person that really gets the spirit of this would say, prior to my registration and donating, who is it that I know that would see this the way that I do? Let's get them on the 9. So while I'm going through the registration process, they're seeing the opportunity. And we do that with everybody. And if everybody does that, you'll really tap into the power. That's why it's Super Saturday. Now let's break down the 4 steps for getting enrolled. It takes just 20 to 30 minutes to set up your wallet one time in your life, with absolutely no limit on the number of times you can potentially cycle. Talk about a value proposition. Let's break it down. So the 4 steps are adding the MetaMask wallet, adding the Smart Chain, adding the BNB coin, and then you register. MetaMask, Smart Chain, BNB, register. MSBR. Now, let's take a look at a destination process. This has nothing to do with football. That first step, 25% of the way done. That second, inserting the Smart Chain, 50%. The third, adding the coin. And the fourth, register. Now, if you're someone's guest, a checklist of all these steps, or if you're relatively new, is going to be provided. So don't feel compelled or needing to write down every single step. This is a chance for you to help internalize the process, because realize this is a insane value proposition. You could be set up for life for something that takes you 20 to 25 minutes to do one time. So the first step is you want to go to metamask.io on any one of these 3 browsers, Chrome, Brave, or Edge, and you click on Install MetaMask for Chrome. You simply follow the instructions. It will give you the permission to add extension to your browser. You simply click yes. And that's what the extension looks like at the top of that red arrow, right underneath that yellow one. It looks like a jigsaw shaped puzzle right there. You click on that image, and then a box will open up, and you'll see a fox's face with the MetaMask image. You'll see what that looks like in just a little bit. It's transparent is the thumbtack pin to the right of that, and you click on it, it goes blue. That means you've just set it up so that it's always up in your browser right next to your favorites. Now you click on the fox's face and you hit create new account, create your password, agree to terms, all the things you do when you're setting up maybe online banking or an email. This is new though. If you haven't had 12-word recovery phrases before, you want to write those down, because they do exactly that. They help you recover the account, and they're very valuable. So it's recommended you make 3 different locations so you can store this sensitive information and have 3 backups. So you want to follow the prompts in the registration process. The same order you were given those words, you want to place them back, 1 through 12. Get a pad and pen and write down your secret words and put this in a safe place, because if you lose these words, quite frankly, you can lose access to your money. Now, this is mission critical. Let's say something happened to your laptop or desktop, or you lost your password and you can't access this information without these words, you'll never get back in. So you never want to give these to anyone. Total time so far, 4 minutes. So let's move on to step 2, where we're going to insert the smart chain. So right here, as you can see with that blue arrow, it's pointing to Ethereum mainnet. But we don't use that. We use the smart chain. So when you click on Ethereum mainnet, you click on add network. And then these 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, open up, and you go top to bottom, left to right. So network name, and I'll get you this information for your ease of use because I'll show you where you can get it. Smart chain goes right in that one, right there. And then new RPC goes right there. Then chain ID 56 goes right there, and BNB goes right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one you leave blank. So far, we're 50% of the way down the field, and it's 9 minutes. So let's add the coin, but before we do, let's review what we've done. We've added the wallet, we've inserted the smart chain, and now we're going to add the coin. First step, click here, right there. So I superimpose the thing you're going to click on and circle it, import tokens, and you put that contract address in that you're going to have in the checklist. And then these self-populate, BUSD token decimal. And then you simply hit click add custom token. Now you're going to see these buttons right here. They become functional. Buy, send, and swap right there. So you click on the buy button to buy BNB. And here in the States, we use MoonPay. And we do KYC, which simply means know your customer. It's a quick process. You take a quick photo front and back of your driver's license and of yourself, and they verify in 60 seconds. So you click on the BNB wallet receive address right there is the first step you do because they're going to ask you where it is that you're going to be needing to have the funds sent to. When you purchase $35 worth of BNB, you need to let them know where to send that to. Make sure it's your wallet address. They accept debit cards and credit cards. If the bank gives you any hassle, you simply call them and ask them to push it through. Because that has nothing to do with our project or with MetaMask. It's a universal stance they take on crypto purchasing. So once the BNB appears in your MetaMask wallet, you can move to the next step, which is swap. You simply swap, boom, select BNB to go on top, $30 US worth of the BNB, swap it to the BUSD on the lower section. And in that swap process, you'll see right around $30 in the form of BUSD. So far, it's taken us just a little over 15 minutes. And we're down to the registration spot. Now you source your sponsor's link, copy and paste it into the tab on your computer's browser, double check the MetaMask wallet is connected. Now the website for the People's Project will appear. And this process right here for registration is just literally following the steps. So you click register, you double check you're seeing your sponsor's info. That's very important. Type in your first and last name. Last name's optional. Type in your desired username. Add your desired password. Now this is where you want to slow your roll because they don't keep here in the community. They don't keep anyone's passwords, which is kind of cool because it helps elevate the level of security. Only you have access to your password. So they can't retrieve what they don't have in the first place. So it's best to make 3 copies of your password and then store them securely. Click agree to terms. Click continue on the step for sending the 28. Click pay now. And then you just follow these prompts. You click connect, click confirm, and you'll see a registration success page. So the first thing you want to do is click on the login button and test your username and password. And that will give you access to your back office, and you can source your replica link and begin to share. So this whole process took us 22 minutes. And for something that you only should have to do once in your life, the reason why you wouldn't have to do it again is because you safely stored your 12 words. Those are super precious. So with this big event coming tomorrow, let's shine the light a little bit more not only on that event, but on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the way to next Saturday, which will be another Super Saturday. So we're having a 2 for Tuesdays each and every week. This will be our schedule until further notice right here, just so you know. So it's really super easy to remember because it's every day at 9, Monday through Thursday. There's another presentation at 12 on Tuesdays and one on Fridays at 3. And obviously Super Saturdays has its own shelf with 8 live overviews in a row. Look at the nature of this invite. Consider taking a photo because you'd have everything right there. You have the whole week, you have Super Saturday, and you have the plan, and you have the way to get on. So this right here is the real McCoy when it comes to invites that have some teeth. And you got the 2 for Tuesdays as well. So this is what's happening. That was the overview and the enrollment process. I think it was record setting. We did that in 33 minutes. So anyone who's busy, just let them know this is tight. So that's what we could look forward to tomorrow. That would give people who see it the way that we do the chance to get on with others to come to the one at the top of the hour and get registered, have their link ready for those folks. And I think you're seeing the thinking behind this whole process. So do we have any questions here for any of what we just saw?
I'm just going to say, Michael, that I really appreciate having the schedule for next week because that allows us to get these things in our own day timers so that we can plan accordingly.
Yeah, it took a little feeling out, Erica, to kind of find it, but this is the one right here. And you can lock in and then really have a routine, but I appreciate that. So, I'm not sure if every Saturday we'll have 8, but there'll be some form of Super Saturdays because what we could do is we could have like perhaps a special focus for our afternoon on sharing the opportunity or perhaps a special guest speaker or something that works on our craft. So let's take a look and see. I think everyone's good.
No questions in the chat yet. So
no, I think we're.
Put your hand up if you'd like to have the thing unmuted so you can ask a question of Michael.